Okay, now it's questions and answers.
Okay, question. Did you include the VMF to the build?
Yep.
In theory, I shouldn't ask any questions anymore, but still, you know.
Doing a Q&A.
When the demo was launched, I had this idea immediately. I knew it was possible. I saw a tutorial a few years back, but I never tested it. And I accidentally already grabbed the correct Cinderblock because I know which one it is.
Oh, you just know it out of
It's the
from the
same one.
position.
It's the same one each time.
Yeah, it's the one that's standing.
The funny thing is I actually like tried at least a few ones before I actually got the right one.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I thought it was random. Darn.
This is that classic 9 balls puzzle. I broke it because I specified that one of the Cinderblocks is lighter. So if you didn't know if one was lighter or heavier, it would be a little bit more difficult. That's why you only can weigh for 3 times.
But you kind of have to tell people, otherwise they won't know.
Yeah, it wouldn't make.
So.
I don't know why these are ladders. I just found out after release.
I saw someone. Well, I saw some. I didn't run it into it myself, but I saw someone run into it. Did you use some kind of ladder trigger?
No, it's just the texture.
That's so weird.
It's also here.
Is it the fence that does it?
I think it's the fence material.
That's odd.
Hard-coded texture.
It's not the usable ladder thing,
Yeah,
right? It's like brush ladder thing, right?
This breaks stuff. Yeah, it's a brush. So the solution here is supposed to be like this. You wait 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3. No, it's 3 and 3. And you reserve these 3. If it doesn't move, it's because the different one is here. If it moves, I can discard these ones. So these ones are the good ones.
It's in the right one, right? It's in the right weighing.
Yeah, I already know it's the lighter one, but let's say I didn't know if it was supposed to be lighter or heavier. So I know these are different. So what do? I discard these ones and grab one as a control cinder block. So I take one of each side.
These are all heavy ones on the.
One like this. Should I forget now? I think I messed it up. Yeah, it's 2 here at least. Yeah, it's this one probably. Yeah, I forgot the solution, the original solution, but it's probably this one. I added a trigger to the ModDB release. That's when you just jump here, you get the revolver, because you are supposed to jump and press E. And I think some people aren't able to do that. So
a friend of mine climbed on the roof and jumped to the revolver and didn't do the puzzle at all.
So the whole purpose of this puzzle was to find out a way to make you shoot up. So if you take a look around, you see this target. It's obviously a target you're gonna want to shoot, at least, or the bottles or the crate. But I've seen some people that just keep jumping around and, oh, what should I do? What should I do? And don't pay attention to the map. So these are they have no collision, because if they had, they grab the bullets, then don't let it pass. So the idea here is to shoot here. Oh, okay. If you just wait, this one is gonna break in like 5 or 10 seconds.
You really got me with the illusion, but a friend of mine from the beginning of the map was running around the edge and he saw like seams in the sky brushes.
By the way, let me show something. Oh, no.
That's right,
Okay.
father.
There are a few cues that it's something wrong, like the soundscapes. They give echo. If you start exploring the corners of the map, you see that.
Yeah, it seems.
I mean, I know we have maps like this that don't have 3D skyboxes, or that you can get to the edge of the map. So it's, I think people are expecting maps to be like this. But there are a few other visual glitches that I deliberately left like this, and there's one side that's more prominent. Let me find it.
You got me on the.
Yeah.
So how did you do it anyway? Is it like breakables with a skybox texture, or how does it work?
No, it's a material that has a special shader. It's called imposter window imposter, something like that.
Oh, it's a map-based
Yeah,
feature.
no, it's stock.
Oh,
Yep. It's, I don't know where it's used, but if you just use the skybox texture, it doesn't work on five boxes or funk breakables or anything. So you have to make a different shader to work. So these are not actually skybox textures. These are
imposter windows.
yeah, they are basically a cube map.
Oh,
So I used the skybox texture to make the cube map, and then you set the material to use that cube map as a reflection. It's how can I explain? When you build cube maps, the game chooses which cube map should be assigned to which material. In this VMT, I said use this cube map, and it worked.
oh, you set it manually instead of letting it pick the nearest one.
Yep. And that's it. It's the soundscape that's weird. You have visual glitches, and I mean you can leave the map on any direction if you want, but I try to direct the player to live through there. I mean, it's the most obvious place to go, but you can leave from other sides.
This must have been a pain, by the way, because this is like a hexagonal dome, and you made it out of brushes, which is pretty impressive.
I've seen some people complain that it was too hard because they wouldn't see the revolver or the crossbow. They wouldn't read this or anything. They would just grab the crowbar and go around, and they found out they could break the sky. So it was the soldier with the R2 and the player with a crowbar, and he thought it was too difficult to proceed because he didn't explore the rest of the map. By the way, these just a second. These are custom materials. These aren't the ones on Half-Life 2. I don't know if it's noticeable, but they are.
They're better detailed, yeah.
Yeah, they're a little bit different. They are 2 times larger, and they have nicer cube maps. They are based on the combined materials that are available on Half-Life Alyx, but I adapted them to fit the Half-Life 2 ones.
Yeah, I thought these were stock and stock Half-Life 2 textures.
I didn't know they were custom either, but you can kinda tell if
Yeah.
you're familiar with the
This one is
original
for Half-Life Alyx. I changed the colors to match the. I don't remember why I said this color, but these ones aren't the ones from Half-Life 2. I don't know if
Those Half-Life Alyx have any materials that are 512 by 512, or are they all like 2K on 2K or?
Yeah, they were 2K on 2K. I lowered them to 1K to use here. This glass is also from Half-Life Alyx. So I added a soldier here with a shotgun because there are manhacks around, and it's easier to fight them with the shotgun. If people just jump down or leave from other places, they don't get the shotgun.
It's very cool of you that you release these spawners as a prefab on your website.
And I missed a supply crate with lots of buckshot ammo. And
Oops.
yeah,
I have to admit, this entry was impressive when I played it.
Sure is.
some areas aren't that detailed, but I didn't have time to make anything. Got a new idea? A bracket holding a health charger, wires,
I like this one.
and these sprites they turn red if you deplete the health charger.
I thought it was pretty hard. I didn't think it was too hard, but it was definitely not easy to stay alive.
I tried to
Oh,
make
really?
I tried to make the soldier as always rushing towards you or maneuvering. Instead of just putting them there, like waiting for you. I expect people to explore here and see that there are ammo here, but usually they don't. These
Can
one,
you kill the camera and disable the force field?
no.
That would have been a nice touch, but
Yeah,
no.
it would, but it would break the map, I think.
Yeah, because you would be able to disable every force field. So
These are also materials from Half-Life Alyx that I adapted to match the colors of Half-Life 2. I think it looks so much better than that blue combined material. And I used hotspots on everything, so they just look like props made on Blender or something, but this was all made in Hammer. This is supposed to be the logo of the place.
I still think that one of the most impressive things is the dome, because I hate making domes
Yeah,
in Hammer.
yeah. I spent like one day just making the dome and the skybox.
Did you have a lot of vertex drifting throughout compiles, or wasn't it that bad?
I had problems because I had a lot of cube maps, so I had to delete a lot of them to make it work. These were brushes initially. I also had a problem,
Proper them, yeah.
and I tried to make this a model. It didn't work, so these are just brushes. And
Yeah, same.
yeah, I had to make some calculations to see how to make this fit because I made it in Hammer. It probably would be easier to make it outside. You see they are badly aligned, but it fits the style.
It works. Yeah.
Contact has moved to block
You make this map seem easy.
field may be compromised. Airwatch augmentation force.
This is like the face of the map, and I can't post any screenshots because it's a major spoiler. It's sad. A few people explore here. I only saw someone grab this. That's why I like to explore every map, check every corner to see if there's anything. And some people complained that there wasn't enough aim, or they lost a lot of health because they just kept running around and they didn't kill the manhacks, didn't kill the soldiers. They just kept like jumping and
Pushing
going to
on.
the end. So enemies, this map is unforgiving on that area. If you don't kill the enemies, they stack up and they will kill you eventually. Also, you're not supposed to keep autosaving here. There are autosaves on the ideal places. I know some maps don't do autosaves, but so people just autosave when they want, sometimes in a bad time. Here there was supposed to be a roller mine dispenser, so you would have to shoot them down the pit, but uh, people didn't like it when I did something like that on another map, so I just kept it. I didn't add it.
Were you considering adding the gravity gun at some point, or?
Mm, I don't think it fits here. It's
Yeah.
like it shouldn't be here. Like this pigeon shouldn't be here, but this is like a small Easter egg for
Yeah.
what is coming. Someone was afraid to kill it. They thought the the deception was here. That's something would happen, but it doesn't.
Death to the pigeon.
So if you don't have grenades here, you can explore around and find some.
You have a nice spot on it. Classic.
Initially, I wanted to make these pigeons a puzzle. There was supposed to be a battery puzzle at the end of the map, and you would have like 2 batteries, and it would be missing one, and you would have some pigeons that you would grab them and using them as a battery. But I didn't have time to make something at the end, so I just kept them here, recharging.
Uh, I didn't know what to think about the pigeons. So.
Yeah, it's like that joke that
I
pigeons
was.
are just government cameras and drones.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I didn't even make the
I
correlation.
yeah, I was going to put some pigeons flying inside the dome, like actual pigeons, and then you would have the pigeons here recharging, and you know, okay, they were fake, and then you're gonna use the
Okay.
pigeons as a battery.
That's reasonable.
But I ended up not using them. I don't know. Can I kill them here?
Are the pigeons just a prop dynamic, or are they actually NPCs?
They are
Pigeons?
proper dynamic.
Ooh, that's a nice honeycomb you got there. What's the honeycomb for?
Which honeycomb? Did you just started watching? Oh,
This
that.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the logo of the place
Oh, that's interesting.
to represent the domes.
Oh wow.
You just started watching, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
What?
major.
I've been
Majors.
illustrating this whole time, so I've been just kind of glancing in and out.
This was the deception that you're
yeah.
like,
Major spoilers for you. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, it's all right. That's actually kind of cool.
A shotgun here was useful.
You made this.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Honestly, at this part, I just use like grenades to take out.
Yeah, a grenade would be easier, but like 2 hits of a shotgun are enough. Right here, there is a. Oh, the trigger is actually inside here. I usually forget about these guys, and these are like a nightmare for me because you don't hear them coming.
And they hurt like hell.
Yeah, they hurt like hell, and they're silent. So you are okay. Let me charge my health, and fuck, it's right behind you. Again, shotguns would be useful here.
You used these earlier, right? This is not the first time you included these, man.
I never used them. I wanted to use them on the previous competition, on the layout, but I had the idea of them to use on the layout, but I couldn't make a map for the layout, so I just saved them in my prefabs folder.
I
I
recognize them from
yeah,
somewhere,
I
but I
posted a
don't
video.
know.
I posted a video of them working, I think, but I never used them. So some people,
Honestly, I feel they're a bit unfair.
some
I would
people
never.
just come here and keep running instead of watching, so they come silently. Uh, if you run here, they don't catch up on you.
But if you're on the elevator, you get
Yeah,
fucked.
on the elevator you get fucked because when you start the elevator, two more span, and there are soldiers over there. Some people don't explore this place, so they don't get the R2 with the alt fires,
Oh, I didn't
which
get
are
this.
really useful at the end on the hunter fight. Someone complained that initially these elevators didn't have these walls, so you would have no cover when you were climbing. Yeah, that
You
one.
actually
One
have people
spans there, over
playtest.
there.
You actually have people playtest your maps.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, that's insane, considering the time span and stuff.
Yeah, I tried to make it like 3 or 4 days and have the last 5 to test.
That's called time management fodder.
I don't do that. I'm unemployed, you know that, right? I always like
Yeah.
areas with like the slanted support beams. They feel really fitting for combine architecture.
This was one of the later areas I want to make. I wanted to make this elevator uh, climb one last look to the dome. If jump here, you die. Just don't jump. And that last drone was supposed to scare you, like you are occupied fighting the hunters, and then it's right behind you because they make a tiny drone sound, but it's mixes up with the soundscape, and so you don't notice them.
I also see the scaled up generator prop all over the place. It looks really good.
Yeah, this is a prefab on modding assets.
Like the big generators on against the wall there. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
they're like scaled up, right?
yeah. These help to add detail. I made a lot of brush uh, details, but these ones they add a nice touch. Those
Yeah,
plus
it's really well.
these lights.
I hate to call it combiney, but it is kind of combiney though. Or were you going for some otherworldly, less combined?
When I made this map, uh, I actually I thought about making two maps. It's like one was outside
I actually thought
and
you
the other
used
one was
the prop railings, but these are indeed
yeah,
made custom.
yeah, they are actually props. I made them with proper and
Yeah, but you
they
can
have
tell they're not.
material hotspots, so it's the same as if I made on Blender. Some here are badly aligned. Now I'm looking at it.
I
But
use proper a lot as well, because you know.
yeah, but almost every beam here has a hotspot material. And I had to reduce the number of hotspots because it was also
Oh, a
okay.
little bit of sea fighting.
It was also having errors. But if I just added a
So, what
material,
exactly is a hotspot material? I don't know the term.
do you see how this has borders?
Yeah, and it has like a little bit of rust in the middle.
Yeah, see, these uh, hotspots are like instead of just having a
Tileable.
solid material, I have a different size which I use for each face. So I have like a 64 per 64, 64 per 32, 64 per 16, 64 per
Pixels.
8, and then I just align them with whatever I make, and it adds this nice touch.
Oh
Try,
yeah, so it's a
try
bit more depth.
yeah, try to make a brush object with the default combine in metal, that blue metal texture, you see it won't look like this.
No, it wouldn't. No.
I
But yeah,
learned
it works.
this one. This stuff is used on Source 2 a lot. So
And do you make them like in Photoshop or
Are
some?
you talking about texture atlases?
I don't know if that term.
Like,
I learned it by Hotspot, but
I don't know if it's like a different way of saying it, but like in Half-Life Alyx, a lot of their textures have like different parts
yeah,
of like a wall.
that's exactly what it is. I get
Depending on
Yeah.
the
got the idea from
position of
Half-Life
their.
Alyx.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I definitely see what you kind of
So
did.
I had variations of its texture. So this one has details, this one has not, just to not make it all look repetitive.
I tend to just scale them differently depending on what part
Yeah,
of the.
if I just scale them, they would be either stretched or they wouldn't have
Oh,
a border. These ones, like here, uh, check how every beam here has a border.
yeah,
They
yeah,
all.
yeah.
This is reused from another map I made.
It looks awesome. It looks great. So is this 2D? Is this a 2D skybox? Is it just like textured skybox, or is it actual 3D as well?
No,
Or
okay, this is a 3D skybox.
and the other is just a cube map using the
Yeah,
skybox texture.
this is the only place on the map. Spoiler alert. This is the only place on the map that there is a 3D skybox, just to have the animated Dyson sphere.
So you
I
wouldn't be able to give like more depth to the fake skybox. It's always gonna
I
be just.
I could, but okay. Observe this. Check the quality of this, and then check the quality of the skybox I'm gonna show in a few seconds.
It's a very good entry though.
Yeah. So
liked it.
here, you already know now what it is, but check how the spires look pixelated.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a limitation on Source. That's why I didn't add a 3D skybox on the lower dome. And I added this here just to fool the player. And since you saw a 3D skybox here, I expected people to not think the upper area was fake too. So,
but it is.
okay, yeah, so, right. The lower dome has a window imposter, but there's a 3D skybox here, so there's no way that skybox is fake. That's what I try to achieve. Here I had a problem with this puzzle. I didn't want to just add a gunship because it's like everyone does that. So I decided to make it a little bit different by adding a shield and being powered by these shield scanners using a particle effect.
Yeah, it kind of explains itself. I like it.
One problem, what I want the player to do was first kill the scanners and the 357 would help me here. Okay. And you should be able to see the spawners spanning another one, so you had to disable each one. But everyone just see the gunship and gets inside one of the rooms. And, okay, I have to kill the stalker, so they don't really think what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like a thing that.
Yeah, so there is a monitor here, there's a monitor here saying like shield respawner active, but no one reads this. They just press the button and
Yep.
whatever.
I didn't read it either. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, shield respawner active. Here are the shield expand. Here are the shields, and they spawn.
I was a little bit
Right there.
disappointed that it's a button. I kind of wished it was like a thing you throw a grenade into and then the whole thing explodes. You know? like the gun in episode 2.
I don't think they would see. Oh, here you see the hotspot on use again. So check the corners. Check how the. It looks like it's not just a brush.
Is every single hotspot material unique, or can you like just throw them
It's
into one?
fodder.
I have
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 variations for it, different, for a different size. So here it's all hotspots.
Oh, he is rated. So fodder.
So it looks a lot much more better than just applying a solid material.
Invoice text.
Sure, I'll have a look. What are
I
we
tried to
talking
add
about?
a different, not a puzzle, but
Oh yeah, I saw this.
a different encounter on each room.
Well, I really like the system of hotspots.
So like
I feel like it's not
all the
as
trims. So all the trims are just on one texture.
yeah, no, but it just feels. I feel it's not as adaptable as the default Half-Life 2 way of doing it.
That's how Half-Life Alyx does it, and that's how
It
Sandbox does
depends
it.
though, but it does look really good. It does look amazing.
I can show you in Hammer. I actually am gonna release this pack of textures, but you see they are really useful.
Yeah, it looks great.
Some people complained there was no ammo to fight to kill the shields. They didn't explore and see an ammo crate.
People are always gonna be blind, and I'm one of them. Cause
Yeah, that's why I like to play maps slowly. Someone even said, "Oh, you had a lot of patience playing Jolly's Corporation," because I actually wanted to see what it was about. So now I just have to kill the shoots.
I like playing good maps slowly. I don't like playing pillboxes slowly.
One thing I regret is that instead of adding R2 ammo here, I should have added the 357 ammo, because it's easier to kill the shields instead of an R2.
Another complaint I've heard is that the skybox is a little bit small for the rocket launcher because it goes up in the sky and disappears.
I was going to make it larger, but I would have to remake the dome. I could just scale it, but it was a little bit weird.
No, it was pain. Honestly, I'm not complaining about getting a map this great in this short of a time span.
Yeah, typically a lot of Maplabs entries aren't there.
And also, I think it was enough space, at least for this fight. Oh, it's here. Also, on the ModDB version, I closed these doors, and they only open if you kill the first shield. Just so people actually see the shields, instead of just running around and pressing the buttons.
Wait, why are you calling it as the ModDB version? Is there another version?
Yeah,
just released the ModDB's version.
Some clams gave the idea to add J-Man here.
Like, is it out on Steam yet? I haven't been following anything regarding Maplabs.
If it was a bigger thing, I would consider releasing it on Steam, but
I thought it was on Steam, or was going to be on Steam.
This was the fake competition hint, and the actual one. The last deception on the background map.